There's no defending Oda and the choices he has made regarding One Piece characters and writing the story. Really, any female character in One Piece, Oda has messed up something, right? Sorry to say that happens a lot through I'd say it's a bit less bad in definitely in Saba Odi it isn't as bad. Oh goodness, I got an error somewhere. OBS crashed? I just realized I have to... Let's see if I can do this really fast. Boom. Okay, that wasn't very fast. There we go, fixed it. Very strange that that's the thing that fixes it, but whatever. Yeah, I'm only gonna defend Thriller Bark on the ending, but yeah, all of like the main story of Thriller Bark is kind of rough. Anyways, hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's a Sunday. All of you guys probably knew that though, and tomorrow is a Monday. But for now, it is still Sunday. It's still 7:30 p.m. and it's still time to draw. We're gonna be continuing our horse construction tonight. I made some progress earlier today with the rest of the base forms. We got to figure out the face today, which will be interesting to say the least. But yeah, I mean, all we got to do at this point is just warm up. We're streaming at 1080p. However, I definitely expect my OBS to crash sometime soon. We'll see. Yeah, chilling. I'm still, I don't know, I feel like I've been permanently sick for the past like half year. I don't know. Maybe that last semester just really did me in. But yeah, I think on that note, nothing really to report on. I was just turning on some music and I just started playing the Balatro theme song, and it like just surprised me. Like, who's putting Balatro in like calm gaming mixes? It is calm. It also just stressed me out because I feel like I need a blueprint and a brainiac or whatever it's called. Brainstorm. That's what. Anyways, cool. So yeah, let's get our timer set up here. Let's transfer over. Just gonna. There we go. Bam. Cool. Get everything set up. Kat, have you made any further decisions on we're gonna take your Drawbox career or still working on the 250 cylinder challenge? It's a big question, so I mean, I've even considered doing that a couple times, just like, I think I was legit saw Soko talking about it earlier today, where they're like, perspective can really just take artists in a whole new dimension, and it's not necessarily fun to draw, but it will really make the difference, so that's why I'm sticking with it. Not that anyone who doesn't study it is flawed in any way or, not as skillful. It's just another area to divest one's resources. Huge. You're in a good little spot to, consider what to do next. It's not like the 250 cylinder challenge will hurt you. Oof. I pressed way too hard on my fine liner right there. I have no clue why. Yeah, very chill day. Prepping for Monday. Hey, what's up, Delano? Welcome. My camera is very close to the edge of my desk, and I don't like that. Because I feel like if I bring the paper too close to my chest, I'll like bend the paper by leaning in. How's it going, Delano? Join Marvel Rivals? Man, these have been some of my best lines to date. Do that. Doing well, learning a lot. Huge. Yeah, last I heard you're near the lesson 2 area, right? Or back in lesson 5. Huge. Okay. Doing the final review, then I'm going to start drawing immediately. Good to hear. Yeah. Nice review. I never hurt anybody. Oof. Skipping the stream today, watch One Piece. Do it if you want. I'm not gonna hold you here. Remember, no one is forced to be here. You guys go do whatever you want. Just remember to just do something that you love for an hour a day. That's kinda the most important part. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, and Oda hasn't had the best takes on, people critiquing his work either. He's like, oh, One Piece is for boys. That's not a... That's not a good take, Oda. Oof, yikes. That was rough. Wise Cats gets full immunity. I don't know. Delano has the power. Delano has a blue name. Nice. Bucks. Oof, not my best at lips. Yikes. It's weird, my OBS monitor isn't here, it's all the way over there. So I keep having to like nearly 180 to double check that like all the stream stuff is good. In fact, I'm gonna check out. Okay, no warnings from YouTube just yet, that's good. You remember that one scene with Robin in Water 7? She was in handcuffs. She was in handcuffs for like most of Water 7. I can't remember, sadly. It was the one where she goes, I want to live, of course I remember that one, but... Once again, that happens a lot, but yeah, I think I remember it. Yeah, no. It's understandable. Why do you ask? Yeah. I'd say Robin's case was different than what Nami's going through, because like Robin was literally being held captive. She's known as the demon child. She has a reason for this. Meanwhile, the plot point for Nami is just, oh, she's pretty and Absalom's a pervert, right? Like, nah. So like Robin, I'm not gonna say what's, you know, of course I wouldn't want to see Robin hurt, but there's a reason in the story for that. And it like just really makes how deplorable Spondus is and how he's so similar to something that we see later called a celestial dragon. Meanwhile, Robin's case, it's kind of just the sake of being evil for the sake of being evil, not like, you know, Spondus is a control freak, power hungry. And a manifestation of what is wrong with a lot of the world government. Meanwhile, Nami's is just like, oh, there's this weird cult on an island. It's a lot of the reason why I do not like Fishman Island, because so much of the plot point is just Sanji is a loser. And you only see that kind of change with Whole Cake Island. That's the only part where I actually like Sanji, but then back in Wano, he's still being Sanji. Same thing with Usopp. You know, Usopp, you see him really grow in Water 7 and in his lobby. And then he kind of just reverts back to his coward-like state for no reason. Like, I don't know why Oda made such a big deal of Usopp being the son of, like, one of the best snipers ever. And Usopp being so talented at sniping naturally, and yet he never does it. Yeah, exactly. There's no, yeah. I'd say, yeah, actually no. What is it? Oh my god. It's such a small arc that I almost forgot about it. Oh my gosh, what's the name of it? Here, wait. Amazon Lily. Amazon Lily is also pretty distasteful. It's not that good. Poorly done IMO. Anyways. Sorry, I was messing with stream stuff. Yeah, no, it's part of it is, you know, I wouldn't even say Japanese culture, but then again, I don't know Japanese culture, but just how women are presented in manga is... nah, right? That's why Oda can get away with saying, oh, well, One Piece is for boys. No, that doesn't make it better, bro. Oh, that reminds me, what is it? My friend was talking to me about that one anime. I can't... She brought up one, it's like the Firefighter anime. Or something like that, so... yeah, nah. Actual just bait, bro. Fire Force, yep. Oof. Really should have shifted the degree right there. My ellipses weren't that good. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here, and we're gonna get a big old sip of water because I have a bit of a headache as well. And then we're gonna get to our horse construction. We're basically finished. The head may take some extra time though, but I'd be happy if I could put pen to paper today or tomorrow. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get started on all that. Oh my gosh, my nose. I kind of have to like fully transform my setup now every time I go into like right drawing mode. Anyways, let's move our horse in a bit. There we go. 3D horse. We'll go here. Actually, it's a bit harder for you guys to see. There we go. So, let's head over here. I still need to... There we go. Boom. So, yeah. Today I went through this and added a bunch more forms. It does make it look a bit weird because they're separate colors, but I feel like on the actual paper it'll be pretty decent. Yeah, the neck is the only thing I'm kind of iffy about. You know, these structures right here. The shoulder is definitely somewhat here. I just don't feel like... I feel like it probably could have curved up here and then up, or down here and then up. Very happy with how the legs turned out. Those are probably my favorite part, and usually legs are my favorite part of these. Now as for the face, there's a lot of opportunity here for some cool stuff. I just don't... Oh, let's also set our... Oh, oops. Our hour timer here. Forgot studio mode is goofy. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, hour. Cool. But yeah, my main take is... I did this earlier with one simple form for the face, which is this kind of, you know, very general muzzle shape, and of course connects to the skull back here, or, you know, technically like this. Which I like. It's just, I feel like the actual horse, and it's of course a bit more tapered than this, right? I just feel like it doesn't do the lower jaw any justice. Because looking here at our horse, we can see there's this, you know, this mass down here, which would be very, you know, fun and easy to add. Maybe look, I don't know. Because if we did something like this, that's cool. In the informal demos for the donkey, it has a second mass right here, which I also liked. Just in this instance, I'm not sure how applicable it is. I really liked how I did the eyes. I'm very happy with these. But once again, we're missing this mass on the side of the face, which could cause issues. And this could be solved by doing that taper I was talking about, having a taper and then a larger form, and then using additive forms to solve, you know, the obvious gap that we would have here for my taper, but I'm not entirely sure. I like this one the most, and it's the most simple, and sometimes the most simple solution is the one to go. It just doesn't describe the overall shape of the face, so I started doing this. And then, of course, I got stuck when I went down here because I just had no idea how to visualize this, the jaw. And so I started looking at our friend over here, and at this. Because they're relatively similar head positions. I'd say this one's head is raised up a bit more, actually. Here, let's look up some more horse face references and then see what we can do with that. Wrong tab. Thank you, AI. Started watching Don Don. Huge. What's your take so far? Well, here's practically the same horse. Actually, it's not, but this is different. I love it. Yeah, I love it so much. It's so out there. The pacing is phenomenal. You know, we're one right to the other. Oh, there, it finally appeared. World's slowest, crustiest image. Does DeviantArt not have no AI rules? Because I saw something that was like blatantly AI. Huge. And hey, we got the summer to continue it. What episode are you on? I don't think this reference will be too helpful, but who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy. We'll see. I don't want AI though. This is a very interesting stream. The live horse reaction. 8? Oh my goodness. So you're in there. The ending is a bit sudden. Like I do wish they did a bit more, because it just kind of hits you. But it does set up the next season very fun. Very fun, yeah. I'm no dondodologist. Oh man. I'm not finding many horse references that help me understand this better. This one definitely makes it a lot more tapered, which, you know, helps me understand how tapered it is. I just think we got to go like right here, pretty low. It's such a derpy face. Something like this of the sort. The outwards taper is going to be difficult, which means we have to make our nose relatively thin, because it goes like this. It bows a bit, which means we need to be, you know, tangent to like this point, which means we're going to lose space right here. Yeah, there's going to be yeah, they're releasing a new season, I believe, in July. I think sees. Kat wasn't a huge fan because it is like romance focused, and Kat didn't want to see the romance between Kin Takakura and Momo. So, huh. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, because underneath I definitely see this form here. It's just hard to place it here without curving everything. What does a horse skull look like? Oh, you didn't say that? I thought you were talking about how you didn't want them to ship Kin and Momo, and that's why you liked One Piece more, is because it didn't force those kind of things. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is just start out simple yet hit all the correct requirements. Because like this is simple, but we're losing a lot of form here because we're not acknowledging the taper that exists. And plus I probably need to drop that a bit more. Yeah, Comfy does do this. So maybe not even tapering it would be interesting. Because yeah, this is very rectangular. Ah, gotcha. But there's this bone right here. Cheekbone, I guess. I don't know what it's called. so... Also, this gap I did not expect to exist here in the bone. But yeah, no, this is very rectangular, so... Maybe we don't even taper it and we leave it to the additive forms to taper all of it. Because I guess this is just pure muscle. Even though... Actually, wait, there's that website we were talking about a couple streams ago here, wait. This could be huge. Yeah, here we go. Horse skull. Oh, huge. Horse. Huge! I forgot this website exists. Yeah, here you go, guys. You need different orientations of the face. The fandom, gotcha. This tool isn't the best, but it can kind of get us to where we need to be. Hey, what's up, Wonder? Welcome back. Horsey. This one kind of definitely a different breed, but definitely capitalizes on how rectangular it is. Be like this, practically. So I say we approach this from a rectangular perspective and then add forms to that. So this is good, but let's hit it a different way. Oh geez, we lost like half of our forms. This is a mess, by the way. Oh geez. We're chilling. Not feeling my best. Maybe a little sick, who knows. But we'll get over it. Here we go. I'll leave the eyes. Actually, no, we'll delete them for now, just not to distract myself yet. Really happy with the eyes here, and I'd love to recreate that. But as for the shape of the head, we're just going to keep to a rectangle for now. Very bold. But we're going to go under the surface a bit because we're going to be adding a form here, right? I think starting here actually may be helpful. Nice. Then we go down here. I think this is the move. The only problem is going all the way down here. We're missing out on the skull, so we'd have to enlarge the skull. Also, we're not really doing a taper that much, so we'd go back like this. So deconstruction process of the horse, is it a study or is it a lesson from a particular program? Both. So yeah, Drawbox, we have lesson 5. Where can I pull up a quick thing for Drawbox lesson 5? Let's do this. Actually, I could, this is gonna be, I'll just do this, why not? Here. Let's see if this works. Me win. Okay, cool. Yeah, here we have a little Drawbox that we can play with. So yeah, Drawbox, you know, like I said, free online learning program. Drawbox, let's see if I can interact with it. Here we go. Drawbox has lesson 5. I can't scroll. Oh wait, I have an idea. No. Okay, don't do this in OBS. Anyways, yeah, lesson 5, basically, it's the construction, deconstruction of animals. We have, or mainly the construction, right? And it's not, you know, all as simple as this, right? There's many steps and many things that we build up to this point. And our objective is to use the shapes that we know and have used quite a lot, such as sausage forms, spheroids, and boxes, but mainly our organic forms, and tubes, in a way, to construct animals. And so I kind of take it a step further, and instead of just kind of hitting it raw, right, and going straight towards the construction, I like to take some extra time just to break things down. And I mean, there's no harm in it, right? I definitely don't want to crutch on this, but for the more complex things, especially where it's, you know, these very, very muscular animals or shapely animals, yeah. Alrighty, have a good one, Cat. Enjoy your One Piece. Hopefully you can get through the ridiculous stuff in Thriller Bark. But yeah, so what we're doing here is we've started with our base forms, where we use, you know, rib cage, just a sphere. That's the thing, we're not drawing the actual rib cage, we're just putting a mass there that represents generally where the rib cage will sit, right? So a rib cage, a pelvis form, and a cranial form. And these aren't really like set in stone. We can add forms as much as we need to, as long as they make sense to them. And then of course the arms are built through our little sausage forms that we talked about, which gives us like a great example of gesture and stuff. But yeah, and so we're trying to find not only the simplest form, but the form that best describes the skull here. And I may actually make the skull larger. Sure. Huge. Have a good one, Delano. I almost said cat. And half of my time spent on this is always just being a perfectionist when it comes to the spheres and such on these pages. Then of course we draw this afterwards, and I've been trying to remove the reference, or the draw over reference, so I'm not crutching on those forms, and I actually see for myself that these things are 3D. Because the whole point of lesson 4 and lesson 5 is not only understanding that these things exist in 3D space, but they have relationships. And what Dio describes it as, which I completely agree with, is it's all a 3D puzzle. You have to figure out what shapes come first and why they need to come first, why they're so important. Yeah, exactly. And actually, our initial skull is actually pretty dang good size-wise, so I'm gonna keep it and we're just gonna learn to work with it. I'm not too opposed to. Oh, goodness. Stole all the bones. Bone Snatcher. That sounds like a horrible, like, SCP or something. As in, like, scary, horrible. Cool. So yeah, the simple shape that, and earlier today I was messing with this and I came up with this form, which is this tapered. So this would be inwards a bit more, like angled a bit more. This kind of shape, but now I'm just going for a more rectangular one. So then I can add the jaw form to the outside of it. We can create our little indents for the eye. It may be a bit harder to create our indents for the eye on this newer one, the eye itself. The mask for the nose. Oh shoot, that's gonna be like this, and then yeah, all the other stuff that I don't really need to care about. It's getting very uncanny. But yeah, and so this the issue we're encountering now is I want to bring this down here. Just there's nothing really to attach it to other than the neck. And this is where the 3D puzzle aspect comes in. Where, what do we tweak? It's a multivariable problem, right? move one thing, another shifts, and we need to account for that. And it is very fun. Makes my very small OCD brain happy as well. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send it far back here. We don't want to taper it because if we do this, right? Well, now it has a taper. We don't want to do that. We want it to be relatively rectangular. And honestly, I'll keep this and we can just make sure our additive form kind of spans down here. Like this. I think that'd be completely fine. And actually yeah, that was a pretty decent shape for it. Something of the sort. Oh, goodness. So yeah, let's continue now. Now that we can have the eyes free, this is going to be interesting because the eye sockets will still exist, but they will exist almost independently. Should we bring this all the way up here? Because we're going to have like a cap going on. We'll figure it out. Because yeah, the face is still relatively flat. So does that mean we make our sphere smaller? Because yeah, in this instance, if we had our eyes right here, then the face is still going to be rounded out. So we may need, ironically, an even smaller cranial form. I just don't know where that lower head piece is going to go. So I'm going to even boost it all the way up here and just kind of go crazy with it. And plus it's always easier to like find where the cranial form is if you just base it off of the head, or the top of the head, sorry, of course the head, but you know, if you base it off the top of the head where the skin is closest to the cranium, instead of like the jaw where it's, you know, hard to base off where the bottom is. Cool, so this is much smaller and I kind of vibe with this a bit more. This may be a bit off. Just gonna move it to the right a bit. Degree is going to be a little bit bigger because we are, you know, aiming to the right, but not incredibly large. Something of that. Seeing this will just go down here, I guess. I mean, that's the thing, the donkey demo. Kind of connected to the full thing, but we can't really do that in this instance because if we go up here, we'd have to go like this. We did say we want to make it smaller. That's the thing. You know, I'm not going to do eye sockets. I know that's a bit bold. No, draw eye sockets, okay. It's just they exist kind of as additive forms on the outside, so they're not totally going to be sinking in, right? It's going to be buttressed against this, I think. We'll make it a bit brighter. Very wide eye sockets, but I'll vibe with it for now. And we have our eyes. I want to drop it just a little bit because there is an eyelid underneath that covers some of it. Now we have the additive forms for it. And these are quite fun because they exist on the outside. Is that the same color? Yeah. They exist on the outside, so you can kind of like very easily see them wrapping around the eye form. The eye mass, I should say. Like that. I like that a lot. In the lower form. It's very flat underneath the eye. I think that works. Once again, I'm just going to do a pretty general additive form for the nose. I kind of like how I did this one over here, which I just really rounded it out. And then maybe we could do the edit. This may look a bit uncanny, but possibly something like this. It looks weird, right? Maybe not. We'll see. I'd be fine with just doing this kind of. It's not that descriptive, but we'll leave it off for now, just not to. Nah, we'll keep it. Why not? Very indecisive. So the cheek additive forms now, which I'm gonna be iffy on because I don't want them to look like cysts, you know. But we'll experiment a bit. That's the same blue, isn't it? Cool. Don't want to use that yellow, so I guess we're reverting to the green. That makes it, making it very plainer, but that is kind of how it, you know, goes. Maybe if I could tuck it higher into the face. Like that. I like that shape, just we need a different color. I'll do purple. Oh, jeez, that's not purple. Or pink? Oh yeah, we haven't done pink in a bit. It's a bit hard to see, but I'll jam with it. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're in it for a minute. Hopefully you got that all resolved though. Yeah, pink was not the right color here. Maybe we could switch to a darker green possibly? That'll do, probably. Here we are. Yeah, these are sadly going to be one of those more quiet streams. You didn't really need the audio, because probably just going to be one of those quieter streams where we just chill out and try to figure stuff out. Very complicated, but I think we picked the right shape. We could maybe even bring this up here like that. That could look cool. As for the ears, definitely little space. I guess, yeah, the head kind of needs this additive region. think so, maybe. Huge. You working on anything in particular today? Last I remember yesterday you were talking about your new mechanical pencil. Something like this, possibly. Yep, I'm trying to get it with perspective drawing. Still got to get the hang of it before proceeding with Scott's book. Huge. Lots of warm-ups, lots of play. Cool. These ears are a bit wonky. Those replaceable little nibs the mechanical pencils comes with. Oh, interesting. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I should give a try at mechanical pencils. I've used them for school for ages, just I've never, used them for draftsmanship. Let's use the light blue there again. It's a bit hard to see how these forms fit on here, but I'm kind of seeing it. I realized the forms I originally drew were like kind of just flat. I didn't believe they were 3D. There was nothing kind of screaming at me that these things were 3D, so going back. If you get good line confidence, it'll help with not having chicken lines or scratching lines, for sure. Ghosting also is a wonderful way to circumvent that. And plus, I mean, ghosting is a way of just achieving those confident, solid lines. Cool, okay. I'm chilling with this. We'll put it all together and see. How it makes us feel, sorry. Man, I am tired. Some streams just are tired streams. I'm actually going to take a sip of water real quick. Edge of the ears. I think those ellipses that form little mini dome cylindrical shape from the back. I can't totally let you know, like, text is only so helpful, right? I kind of get what you're saying, but yeah, I may not fully be grasping. Also, where did all my forms go? There we are. Bam, bam. Nice. We're going to mash these two images together. Chilling out. We may not need it too much anymore. Maybe just second check our forms. Like this muscle right here, I tried adding with this green form, but it probably should have dipped a bit further. Yet it's kind of sitting on top of whatever exists right here, like this mass. This muscle, I'd assume, that bulges out a bit more than I expected. Yeah, anyways, yapping. Actually, wait. I just realized something. Okay, never mind. I thought it was getting clipped off, like, as I went this way, but that's just the normal, whatever. Not really. I'm just using some of its muscles to inform where some additive form should go, right? Because the way I kind of tackle this is like, okay, we have our base forms, right? We have waist, ribcage, cranium, right? And then I'm like, okay, and then we connect our base forms with tubes or sausage forms, right? And then the next step logically is, okay, now we want the contour of this to look like the contour of this, or the silhouette, I should say, sorry. The silhouette. And so the silhouette has this like flat region right here. So we want to recreate that shape. How do we do that? We find the additive forms that should exist there to accomplish that. Okay, then how should we shape these additive forms? Well, one good reference is just musculature, right? Because at the end of the day, muscles are adding on to these base forms. So having this, sure, you can't see my mouse, but this triangle shape right here, oh, you can, nice. This triangle shape right here, sure, these aren't exactly the same, but it's still two muscle groups or an additive mass that will accomplish having this silhouette to everything. Same thing here, whenever we look at our knees and stuff, we don't really have joints here like that, so instead we just put a little soft additive form to supplement that. So yeah, we're not specifically targeting muscles, but they do help us. They do help inform us of where things should be. If this was like a deep anatomical study of a horse, then yeah, we would be doing that, but we are not. Or we are simple-brained beginners. Play sculpture where you form those clumps. Oh shoot, yeah! What is it? There's a book on that a lot of... Apparently, it's an anatomical book that a lot of artists talk about. I can't remember the name of it, but basically, yeah, the way they go about constructive anatomy, they reference basically all of it from sculpting, because we don't really care what's on the inside, so long as we can understand that everything else is 3D, and we'll kind of accomplish what we want in that regard. Use the eye to line this up. So yeah, our skull form definitely changed, but I think a bit uncanny, but that is a horse nonetheless. Interesting, cool. So we're at the point of the stream where I do 50 attempts at trying to nail down some correct, what is it called? Base forms. Number one though, so we're gonna delete this. Let's just get a tiny bit organized here. The main things I will be using is our body construction, this one. Place that right here. And then we have our face construction right here. Cool. Oh goodness. This can go chill over here for a second. And of course our just clean, untouched one. Cool. Yeah. So now is the point where I'm just gonna kind of go in and start recognizing some common relationships just to keep them in my brain. Because if I was going to go about this, you know, this form right here, in fact, yeah, we'll do it as part of clean. Can some aspects of this be used for rigid objects? I don't know, yeah, because Soko was talking about this in the Drawbox Discord. Whenever you have rectangular forms, it is harder to, like, you can't get away with as much, because if you have a, you know, sphere, you're really allowed to mess around with perspective, because it's, you don't foreshorten a sphere as much, right? Or like, that's not a worry that I have. And so therefore adding, like, I don't know, a simple form to the top is relatively easy, because every line I make, I get to kind of, you know, decide where things are. I have much more freedom. Meanwhile, this, like, I have to obey that, you know, there's a vanishing point going this way, and a vanishing point going this way. So whatever I put on here must also go to those same vanishing points. So it's a bit more restrictive in that sense. I mean, you know, by definition, such ideas would probably work. And whenever I draw mechs now and robots, I actually start with a cylindrical torso. Or, I mean, it really depends, but mostly a cylindrical torso. If it's non-humanoid, then I probably start with, a rectangle or something of the sort, right? And then do whatever I need on the sides to kind of accomplish whatever that robot needs. Now I'm here just drawing a stupid beep boop robot. But yeah, once again, it's all just understanding how to rotate and twist your forms and getting used to that. Once again, see, cylindrical objects are just so much more forgiving to work with. And that's why I always like, whenever I do hands, I start out with this plane. I always know that, the thumb kind of falls off from there. Whatever it may be, right? Oh goodness, that's not the correct select tool. Die. I see how that can require some 3D assistance with a bit of complexity. Seen some 2D artists learning a bit of 3D to aid their drawing process for their objects. Yeah, what is it? I always recommend this website. It's called eyes.training, which is literally .training. I'm actually gonna search for it right here. You guys can see a tiny version. Never mind, it is completely, oh yeah, I forgot. I'll just put it in the chat. The sphere tutorial is really what unlocked my brain per se. Whenever I was doing the lesson 4 bugs. It's actually a playlist on this YouTube channel called the Sphere Training Arc. Just really understanding how spheres not only have axes and how they behave in space, or spheroids I should say, but how they exist in proportion to each other. So if we have a sphere right here, a spheroid, and how it has this contour line which we assume to be the center, then this one far off in the distance, this is where it gets technical. This contour line is just an ellipse. So if an ellipse goes further into the distance, what's going to happen to it? Will the degree increase or decrease? And in this instance, I chose that it increased. I'm not sure if that's right. It makes sense to me. But yeah, stuff like that. And so all of this Drawbox stuff, what is it? A lot of Drawbox is inspired by Peter Hahn and Scott Robertson, right? Scott Robertson? Yeah, Scott Robertson. Like a company legit brings up, like for the wheel challenge or the construction for everyday objects, lesson 6, you'll see plenty of similarities between that and Scott Robertson. Anyways, we'll continue here. As for spatial relationships, because I know I'm going to do this eventually, we have, I'll choose a really obnoxious, like red. Very obnoxious red. There we go. Our entire torso, I guess that'll be our base form measurement, and the body is almost 2 torso lengths, just almost. A little bit over. And the waist is a little bit over half a torso length. It has an upwards motion to it, so if we draw a plumb line from here to here, we'll notice that there's a huge gap. Same thing here, we can use the bottom of this to kind of infer, oh, look at that, it starts at the middle of this ellipse, which is very helpful to know. You getting all this, horse? You watching this? Here, you can sit right here and watch us learn this. So the edge of this form will strike kind of in the center here. Same thing with the cranium will be, those practically start at the same place, which is very nice to know. The entire drawing itself is, oh goodness. Ah. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 0.75, 0.65-ish, plus another 6.5. So it's about, 4.3 torso lengths, I'd say. You can test that here by reorganizing it. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3 point. Where did my math go wrong? What? So yeah, about 3.75 torso lengths. How did I mess that up? Oh, because I counted all of this. That's only 0.5. 1, 2, 3. Still don't see how that math is mathing, but I'll trust. Horse observing, and it's not in effects. So true, brother. Nah, it's like, bro, what are you doing? Nah. Bro, that's supposed to be a horse? We can maybe keep the horse run when we're actually drawing it. However, I'd probably like a less uncanny horse. What the heck? Whoa, oh my gosh. Horse. Oh, it's animated. Look at that. I cannot turn off that background, which is a bit upsetting. So we'll go back to this. Oh goodness, that is an anthropomorphic horse. Just, geez, that's God. Okay. Shout out to Sketchfab for real. 3D horse that is a reincarnation of 4-year-old drawings. I love it. There we go. Okay. So yeah, kind of internalize all those things. Height-wise. Looking about a probably 3-4 relationship. A little bit over 3-4, closer to square. Let's go 7/8? Nah, not even. Yeah, it's 3-4, whatever. Height-wise, okay. We're looking at an interesting number. Oh wow, that's pretty solid, just 4. So we're looking at 4 by, okay, that can't be 3. What? Am I crazy? I am, because this is much longer than it is tall. So we're gonna be, once again, 3.75. Almost 4, almost 4, I mean, yeah, so. It is a 3 tall, 4 wide, 4x3 torso, 2 torsos long, a little bit over that. Increasing in height, but they, yeah, definitely increasing in height. And we'll just make a note of all these negative shapes that we have here. This is more of like one of these. The gap right there will be important, but if we can't land it, it'll be okay. This little triangle right here. This little mass right here, if we can, with the green additive form that we have right there. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, the tail. Let's do the tail, and we're actually going to call this stream early because I am really tired for some odd reason. And we'll pick it up tomorrow as when we'll do our first. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting because I'm gonna be tired at the end of the day, so we'll see. But we're gonna do the tail real quick, and then how do you even draw the tail in a like non-uncanny way? Oh, this is a donkey, so it's gonna, of course, gonna have like a less atrocious tail to draw. There wasn't that much of an explanation over there as to how we decide to do our horse's tail. And just doing a sausage board would look very strange. I'm gonna look at other Drawbox submissions real quick. How did people tackle the tail a less less obtrusive manner. Obtrusive? I don't know. Uncanny? Yeah. Whoa, this person's tiger looks awesome. Oh, so they just did it as a line. Which I can see how that works. Hmm. One closes a pointy bit and their hairs afterwards. Could be, yeah, that's the thing. We have complete freedom how we choose to do it. Just I don't want to, whatever way I do it, I don't want to make actually awful looking. What the heck did I just see on Imager? Oh. Goodness, I don't wanna... That is uncanny as... Okay, goodness. Anyways, there's this actually that I just saw Dio do a critique with. This mass right here. I would have done this kind of mess. Try to avoid pressing inwards curves into additional masses where they're exposed to fresh air. What does it mean by fresh air? Huh? Anyways. I mean, yeah, just, as far as tails go, I've seen people use branch method, sausage forms, and the horse, you know, like, I wouldn't say things such as tails are gonna make or break you, but yeah. Because, yeah, if I was thinking of, like, oh, just doing, like, sausage form, oh, goodness. Delete bookmark. Like, sausage form, you know, or something like that, you know, branch form, whatever. But then having everything come out of it would be as stringy, would be a bit weird. I saw someone who kind of did this, just clumped hair after a line. So let me do that. Maybe it was so important I just needed to read it twice. Right. An outward curve on the top edge where it's exposed to fresh air and there's nothing to present to... Okay. I see now why Dio had, Did I delete it? I did. Yeah, okay. There we go. I see why Dio did this, is there's nothing to, like, cause this to happen with the forms that we currently have on there. Which... So yeah, these make sense. This one, not necessarily, unless we had a form here. So this would change to... We have the same, you know, going on here, going around. But this would just go straight down, I guess. So we're on top, then... I'll vibe with it for now. It's a bit weird to me, but yeah. Maybe if we did this... Interesting. We'll stick with that. I think that'll be okay for now. And as for the tail, there's no major comment on it, so we'll do this, and then they all follow this very majestic. And they start, once they go up here, they curl inwards. They do this S shape. Like that. I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. But for now, I'm happy with this, and we're kind of set up for tomorrow. Has it been 5 streams? We haven't even put pen to paper with this horsey. Yes. I don't care, though. We're going to take our time, and we're going to understand things. I think we've seen a drastic improvement, even between, you know, the previous Wild Dog constructions and now with these edited forms. So I'm super hyped. It's going to be great. So yeah, we're going to end the stream there, everybody. Very good stream today. Once again, apologies. These breakdown streams are always a bit more boring and kind of just me hunched over in a egregious posture looking at my computer trying to figure out what shapes we should use to describe some poor animal. But yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Wanderer, Delano, Cat. I think that was everybody, yeah. I don't know why I said that in such an incredulous voice. Anyways, yeah. We're gonna pick up tomorrow, probably take maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those days off, maybe 2 of them if I'm still feeling a bit sick. But yeah, and we'll see how school goes. That's also a big part of it. But anyways, regardless, thank you all for joining me tonight, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh my gosh, wrong. I hit the wrong bind too. Okay, whatever. See you guys. One day I'll get used to it.